Hi, everyone! Hello, new faces and old faces, but all faces are good faces. I am Charmed Cat, and I will be the dungeon master tonight for these lovely little players. I also refer to myself as, Dungeon Mommy. I've done something to my screen that I can't undone. Hold on. I done goofed. There it is. Here's this is. Okay, that should be good. And then, boop. All right, so last time we played was last Monday. Wow, we're amazing. We're just D&D'ing it up. Sorry for the late start. It's the holiday week. We're getting ourselves put together. But let's talk about last time. Last time we played, the party was able to talk to Thursum, a dwarf they found under a bush, like poked out of a bush, with barely a foot left on one of their legs, who they find out went wandering into what he thought was an abandoned cave, where he was split from his sister Thegamora. Thursum, choked up by recently losing his son Tharbek, burst into a fit of sobbing. Baxter, the tabaxi, was able to reassure Thursum that they would do whatever they could to get Thegamora back. Accompanied by Elvia, Baxter took a quick sneak peek to the area where Thursum claimed that the cave was. Although Baxter and Elvia couldn't make out the cave entrance, they were still able to slip inside and get a look at what appeared to be a pile of rotting forest creatures. Just a big mangled mess of rotting animals. Disappointed at the lack of being able to use resources, Baxter and Elvia slunk back to the group. They convened and decided that this was a job best taken in the morning. They slept until the sun was upon them, and being cautious not to leave Thursum the dwarf out in the open, Baxter was able to camouflage him well enough that even the best of rangers wouldn't find him. They set out to the previously scouted rock pocket, Mosu being able to go invisible, nominated to enter first and get a lay of the land. Although furbolgs, which Mosu is, aren't the most nimble of creatures, and noticing a large embossed stone slab in the floor of the cave, she reached down to inspect it further. Unfortunately, she's super strong and she pushed that stone down, opening up a wall that withheld a worm-like creature with tentacles. Hearing the ruckus, the rest of the party fled into the cave. The space was tight, but by the end of the session they were able to slay the beast without too much of a scratch. As we dive back into the cave, players, I would love if you could introduce yourselves and describe what you're doing after slaying such a hideous creature. We'll start with the one who triggered all of the events. Mosu, go ahead.
So I'm standing there and now I got worm guts on me. Just my whole kind of spiel is always being covered in guts. Um, I'm Mosu. I am a 7 foot ish tall firbolg. I have slate blue skin, brown hair, and I am uh quite naive in things. But currently now that the worm is dead, I'm kind of like I look over at my friends. Guys, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see what the rock was. I didn't know it was gonna make a worm pop out. My bad.
Do you say this to anyone in particular?
I'm just kind of speaking it out loud, but really the only people I see are Leof and Elvia because Baxter is kind of like behind that other rock.
Okay, take it away, Leof.
Um, so I'm Leof. I'm a 5'1" human bard, with golden hair that is usually it's long hair that's usually kept in a braid that is currently a little disheveled because of this creature that we've been fighting. And uh, I've had a few close calls during this fight. No hits landed, but some hits almost landed. Um, and I also have golden eyes and just an overall sparkling personality, I'd like to say. Um, and so I look over at Mosu, and since I'm a little verklempt from the tentacle missing me by a centimeter from my nose. So I'm just kind of shakily nod and go, "Hi."
I'm really sorry.
Just let me have my
Elvia, are
reaction.
you upset at me?
I'll begin my little spiel of where I am. I'm in the back of the cave now after starting off at the front, nobly and valiantly trying to help my friends and going into the depth of the cave to shoot and try to wound the animal. And as I have taken no damage and think that she truly did make a mistake, I look at her or him and say, "It's okay. I understand."
Baxter at this point is just kind of like shaking some of the worm guts off of his blade and getting ready to clean it off and put it away. And it's like, all's well that ends well, I guess, but we have more things to worry about. And Baxter is a 6'2" or 3. How tall did I make him? 6'2" or 3, tabaxi rogue, fur patterned after the clouded leopards, lots of tans and golds and creams. And he also has gold eyes, and he's just, a lot stuck in places where he doesn't get to show off his mischief very much, but, eventually you'll get to see that more cat-like side of him.
All right.
Being the mom friend.
What would you like to do, you guys?
Do we I know we heard screaming from deeper in the cave, but I'm sure we've been making our own amount of ruckus. Do
Didn't
we?
and wasn't there something growling out by Elvia?
Yeah.
Right,
So
and I think it was
is there
my
something
turn.
approaching us? Like,
Are you talking meta game right now? Excuse me.
I heard something growling. It might be my stomach. I'm not sure, guys, but it's a little intense.
So
Yeah.
Intense.
you do hear from. Let me get this.
I could. I think it is my turn. I might be able to throw a investigation or a perception roll to start us off.
Yeah, so you can always do that when we're not in any kind of encounter in combat. You can kind of feel free to do those sorts of things. So go ahead, throw an investigation, and I do recall that about 20 feet from behind you, you did hear snarling.
I got 21 for investigation.
Okay, so you definitely can tell that snarling sounds like some sort of like dog-like thing, and you also can hear footsteps approaching from that same kind of direction, which is behind you.
Okay.
Hey, Elvia, what do you hear?
I hear a dog, I think. A very rabid
Like a
and
puppy
angry.
dog? Oh. Maybe not a puppy.
So big,
Or a really angry
big one.
puppy.
Big,
I'm gonna
angry
move so I'm more in
movement.
the center of the cluster that we've got going on. So like behind Elvia and like between Leoth and Mosu. Hearing Elvia say that she hears the dog. I don't want to be like tucked in the back of everything.
Oh yeah, I guess when I was like, Elvia, what's going on? I'll walk up to where Elvia is.
Come be with me, friends. stand with me.
Okay, so where are you going, Baxter? Like here?
Yeah, right about there is fine.
Okay.
Can I roll my own investigation or perception, whichever you would rather, to see if I can tell where things are, like the sounds are coming from? Like, I'm assuming since we're
Well,
hearing
with
things are going to be
Elvia's
getting
roll,
closer.
you can definitely hear that it came from the same direction, which was in the same direction where you hear the snarling. That's exactly where you hear the steps coming from, which is I'll just draw that for you. Which is in this direction. Can you guys see that?
Oh yes, I see it. So do we want to go see the puppy, or we don't want to see the puppy? I mean,
Well, either way, I'm going to need access to the dog because that's how we're going to get the cure for our dear friend
this is
Ursa.
the bad puppy.
Yes.
This is the bad puppy, yes.
I would assume
Oh.
yes.
Leof is gonna scooch up just next to slash a little bit behind Baxter because and as he does that, he's gonna be like, hey big man, I'm just gonna stay next to you. Okay, big guy?
Of course, friend, as always. And Baxter's gonna kind of like not quite wrap his tail around Leof, but kind of just like press it against him where he's standing behind, just to be like, yeah, like keeping my hands free, but yeah, I got you.
Thanks, boo.
Elvia, as we're investigating, she's going to equip herself with her short sword in case something comes running at her, as she is the first one in this tiny channel.
Sure.
So
Click, clack, click, clack. You hear the footsteps get closer, and you can hear someone yell, "Oh, shut up, you frickin' mongrel!"
oh my gosh, guys, someone's coming. Should we hide against this wall?
On the
Yeah, what do we
left,
do?
on the left that's still kind of shadowed in, not like the straight ahead big curving tunnel, like the little pocket to our left that's still dark. Is there a spot there that we could like kind of tuck
No,
into?
any of
still see her?
these black, like if you can see, if it looks black, which it should look black, it's just that I was making
It's
it
just
look.
wall.
I was making the cave the shape that I wanted the cave to be, so that is just part of the
Gotcha.
cave wall. This is any of the
Okay.
the thick black blocks is cave wall.
Okay, so the only spots that are like open and not part of the tunnel are like the big curved bit up and to the left and the spot where we hear the
What you can see from where you're standing, actually, Elvia, you can actually, from where you're standing, see the back of this guy. Let me unfog this for you. But otherwise, Baxter might be able to make it out, but from where you're standing, whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on. Do.
Oop, the map's getting revealed.
Find the map, find the map, find the map, find the map.
Da-na-na-na.
And the preschooler has arrived.
Says the doctor.
Yes, officially am today.
Officially a doctor.
Congratulations, Doctor.
Congrats.
So
Yeah.
basically,
See, now you're
from
gonna-
where you are, you have that kind of view. You cannot see what creature is creating the snarling, but this is what you can see.
Does it sound like this person's coming closer to us, or are they just sticking there where they are?
For this moment, they are
Yeah.
just handling the dog.
DM, how, I don't know if you said this before. I wasn't taking the best notes. Clearly, did Elvia see how far away the snarling was? Like had like a perception of
From
how
the
far away?
last time that you guys were playing, you could tell it was coming from about 20 feet behind her. She can see right across from her. She can see the person, the back of their clothes, and they are 15 feet away. And then she can see the more cave wall just behind him 10 more feet. That is what you can
So-
see. Like, you don't, yeah, you can see it.
Okay. I would like to cast my detect magic with my Fearbolg magic, and for up to 10 minutes, but it does involve concentration. I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me in a like a sphere, like a, what is this called?
Sphere?
Radius?
Yeah,
30-foot radius?
That's the word. There we go. 30-foot radius. And if there's any magic, I can see the fate aura of the magic that there is and what school of magic it comes from.
Okay. So, are you gonna do it from where you're standing?
Can I go forward a little bit without him seeing me, like just right in front of Elvia, but not yet?
I'd say
In the
give me a
hallway.
stealth check.
You got it. Come on. 19. You got this. You got this, girl. 19.
Yeah, that's great. So you're
Beautiful.
moving up, like here,
Moving
or
on.
next to Elvia, in front of Elvia.
Yeah, a little bit, and then. All right, that's rock wall. Yes. Yeah, right there. And then I want to cast my detect magic out of my Fearbolg magic one, which doesn't use one of my spell slots.
Nice.
Okay. Roll.
Da, da, da. It's not pop. I just want to read it. 18. Oh wait,
Okay.
hold on. Plus my so 23.
Okay, you can tell that this person is the user of magic. You can also tell that you feel other magic around in the area. Like specifically like past him, you can tell that there's some sort of magical presence where he is at. And he seems like he is a user of magic. You get the sense that that's radiating from him.
So, Mosu, when she casts this, she actually kind of bends down and she touches the ground, and she uses the ground in order to feel where she's going instead of the air. She's more connected to the ground. So then she kind of slowly stands up and turns to everyone. So this may be what you call a wizard, because I sense a lot of magical power in him. But there's other things too. I can't tell you what it is, but I can feel it in the ground.
Wonderful. I guess person was right. I'm not super familiar with magic, guys. I don't have any. Should we maybe be extra careful approaching these guys?
Or you could just ask
Yes.
them. Oh.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Can I throw a history check? I'd like to see what I can maybe rethink up on wizards and maybe what to fear with this guy.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a 23.
So, just by looking at him, you can tell that he doesn't look like anything special. So, you deem that he must just be an apprentice of a wizard, but so probably not as powerful, probably learning under somebody else. So, you get the idea that he's like, some nerd who's like kissing up to somebody because he wants to learn magic, but he doesn't really know a lot.
Okay. And sometimes I would think wizards would hide behind non-threatening faces. So, yeah.
So what do we want to do, guys? I kind of want to go and meet the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think we should
Here's-
approach this as a happy to meet you sort of thing.
Oh.
We're on a rescue mission, remember?
I think
So we
I
could
might
make
have an
friends.
idea.
Oh, okay.
Uh, this is taking into account what you're saying, Mosu, babe. Love you. So
Oh, thank you.
I'm just saying. So I like to think that I'm a fairly good-looking guy. So
Mosu
my
blushes a little bit, looks over at Baxter, looks forward.
Actually, just kind of smirks, tail twitching a little bit.
so I think I can either go in there and act like a very lost bard who needs some help, or
Hmm?
I can cast an illusion and make myself a very good-looking young woman and do the same thing. I'm just trying to
Hmm.
figure out, who this guy digs. But I mean, when it comes to me, who I can charm
Mm.
either, to be honest.
Yes, you're very personable. It might just work.
Thank you.
You do
I
hear
need
down the
that
hall
sometime.
that the barking subsides a little, and some more yelling. I told you to shut up, and like a like kind of like the squeal a dog does when you like accidentally step on their paw.
Oh.
Yeah, he seems like a real charmer, to be
Oh
honest.
yes, so charming. Well, if you really want to do that, then go for it. I'll be behind you the whole way in case you need my help.
Can everyone
Yeah,
else
we-
except for Mosu give me a stealth check?
Sure. $22.
17. I'm getting good rolls today.
Oh, do not do that.
14.
You're gonna
So you hear the steps getting
Nothing
further
can
and
stop
further
me.
away. Mosu and Elvia can see that the apprentice wizard steps out of view, and
It's going away.
yeah, I'll draw a little line. And you kind of see him go in that direction.
I love the little arrow.
Yes.
Is the dog still with him? Guys, do you see the dog?
I
From-
don't see the puppy or hear the puppy.
We just need the dog.
Yeah, from where you guys are standing. Well, actually, from where Mosu is, no, and no one sees it. You can't
There's
see
a
it.
wall in the way. Can I go sneakily? I don't know if I have to roll stealth again, but can I sneakily go to that little inner where the X is basically and kind of like
Yeah, I'll say you can do that with the roll you did, but if you move again, you'll have to re-roll.
you got it. I'm gonna just check it out. Do I see anything over the corner?
You're gonna have to
Bless
give
you.
me a hot
Thank you.
second.
You can have 2 hot seconds.
I hope.
Maybe even
Ooh.
3.
Wow, yeah, doctor. Yes, doctor.
I'm gonna have some hot tea.
Hottie. I hope you do. So, from where you're standing now, you can see what appears to be a creature that has 2 heads, and it sees you immediately and starts barking even more wildly than before. Like saliva, like you know how like that Beethoven movie with like the big
St. Bernard's.
Saint Bernard is like drooling all over the time. Like it's even worse. It's like everywhere, and there are give me a perception check.
Can I also, I'll do my perception check. Can I use my speech of beast and be like, shh, it's okay. I'm not here to hurt you, Mr. Puppy.
Okay, well if you're not going to look around, then I won't do a perception check. Like, because then I was going to tell you what else you see, but if you'd rather do that, then just do that.
Okay. And then because of my being a furbolg, I get an advantage on. Would that be a charisma check to? Oh yeah, it says charisma check for influencing, right? What do they call that?
Persuasion?
Persuasion? Yes. Okay, so I got a 17 to try to calm Mr. Puppy down.
Okay, it stops snarling,
It's a
but it
puppy
does
dog.
not look happy to see you. It is like
Bax
Okay, can I
Um,
now look around quick?
after hearing all of that barking while you're looking around, Baxter's gonna duck down to Leof and be like, something tells me our friends of the two-legged variety might be coming back, so if you are wanting to do the charming thing, you might want to get ready to do that.
I got you.
so you
I'm
can
always
roll
ready to do the charming thing.
the perception if you'd like, but the two-headed dog just continues going.
My perception is math. 23.
A 23. You can see that there are. Draw it in a different color. What's a nice color for a shackle? It's gray. So it's chained to 3 separate spots on the floor. You can also tell that it isn't tethered very well. Several good more tugs, and some of these are going to be popping off. You can also tell that just behind him, there seemingly what may go unnoticed because of the torchlight is this from floor to ceiling, a light blue glow that is like a completely straight line all the way to the ceiling of the cave wall. From where you're standing, you can also see a lever next to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna see all of this, and then I'm gonna like skedaddle back to my friends for a second and let them know what I see.
Okay.
So there
Okay.
is a lever behind it. Sorry, you're gonna explain it. I'm
Okay.
getting ahead of myself.
Okay, guys. So I found Mr. Puppy. He's not a happy Mr. Puppy. He's in like a cage. He's like chained to the wall, and then there's this light coming from the ceiling, and there was this like, what do you guys call this? The thing that you pull down. What is that?
Rope?
Oh, I read about it in not a rope.
A lever?
Lever. Yes.
Well, let's
Story
not
about a lever.
touch that
I didn't.
until. Okay, good. Let's continue to
Right?
not
I
touch
talked
that
to
for
you
now.
first this time.
You said
Yes.
Learning.
glow, didn't you?
This is what we call growth.
Yes, and happening so quickly too. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
It's a real bonding moment in the middle of the cave next to a
Okay.
dead animal.
And I think accidentally I upset him, but I kind of calmed him down a little bit. But I don't think he actually likes me, so I don't know if I'm a puppy person. Maybe I'm more of a cat person. I don't know. But the weird man apprentice, maybe not apprentice boy thing. I think maybe he might come back.
You said
Okay.
that
That's
there
it.
was a blue glow, didn't you?
Coming from the ceiling, like.
Up from the ceiling. Can I throw a history check and see if Elvia remembers anything about arrays and or protection magic?
Sure.
At
Well,
21.
Elvia, ooh, nice.
You know that wizards like to keep their secrets, and that
Mm-hmm.
there's probably something to this blue glow in the sense of you think that maybe there might be another room behind it or something more.
Okay. So,
If this
there
is
might be a
the dog
prison
that we
back
need-
there holding something else.
Maybe
If this is the dog that we need, should we focus on poison curing first and then sister saving? Or did you guys want to do both together? because that will change the plan.
Right after
I-
that, you hear a scream through the cavern in the same direction, towards the same direction where you saw the apprentice walking, and it sounds like a female.
Something tells me that we might want to try and save the sister first, or we might be just retrieving a body, and I don't think Thursum's going to be very happy about that.
We might need to
Already in
prioritize.
here.
Yes. And
So,
judging by the
are you gonna
sound, I
charge?
think...
Or no charge?
Okay. So, I have an idea.
Yes.
So we need we need the venom from the dog, correct? Baxter?
Yes. And he...
Okay.
Yes. And he doesn't need to be dead to do that. But I would really rather not lose hands trying to get this back from him, so...
Understand.
How do
So
you
if
get
we
venom?
want to sister save and poison control over here, how about, and obviously you guys don't have to if you don't want to, but Mosu and Alvia, maybe, hang on, I'm spitballing here, guys, okay? If this so-called apprentice wizard comes back, I think I should talk to him. And Baxter, if you are up for it, would you be my faithful cat companion, as in a real like house cat? Because I can cast an illusion on you to look like a house cat, as long as they don't touch you. That should last.
I suppose I'd be all right with that.
Okay. I mean, you might have to make the occasional cat sound. I can only make you look like a cat. I can't make you sound like a cat. But I think that's the closest small animal I can make you look like, since
Do
you are
wizards
already
treat
cats.
cats better than they treat puppies?
Personally, I just like cats. I'm much better at cats than I am dogs.
Now, while you two are doing that, would it also be productive for me and Mosu to maybe try and talk to the dog again and have them peacefully give over a couple of handfuls of their saliva so we may collect while you guys save?
If we're
Is that
gonna
what you
do that,
need? Is saliva
That's-
what you need for venom, or
I don't.
like where do you get it from? Is it the
I'm assuming
claws?
s-
Is it their?
I'm assuming it's saliva. It's usually venom. I don't know specifics about this creature. I'm assuming usually with venomous creatures, it's
I believe the
From-
last time you guys did some checks, you did deduce that you think it was from the spit. I think.
all right.
Pretty
Yes.
sure.
So
I wrote it in my book.
generally, venomous creatures, it comes from the mouth, whether it's like poison sacs or spit or whatever. So here, and Baxter's gonna dig around in his pack and bring out the flask that already has the other ingredients for this antidote mixed in because he doesn't have any other containers. And looks at Mosu and says, "If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna try and negotiate with the dog, if you could just get some spit in here, that would be great." And he hands her the flask with the other ingredients to the antidote that are already in it that he gathered before they left for the cave.
So it has two heads. Which doesn't matter which head I get it from.
Whichever one's drooling more.
Okay.
How about you
Wait.
talk to one head and I'll distract the other head?
This is a good
Okay.
plan, I think.
I don't
You
know.
know what? Confidence. This is a great plan. We got
Okay.
this. Let's
It's
do
gonna
it.
be great. It's gonna be great.
It's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
other than the occasional cat noise, do you need anything from me to make this illusion work?
Just so don't touch anybody or the illusion will break. You can move around and be cat-like. Uh, and if, perchance, an angry wizard wants to chop my head off, I would suggest you break the illusion and help me out.
Don't worry,
Because
I'm not gonna.
I do like my head. I've done a lot of work on it. So
It's a very nice head. Let's
you.
keep it attached to your shoulders where it belongs. All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Uh,
So
oh, no.
yes, Musu.
Uh, do you think he likes food? Could I give him some food? Maybe he'd be quiet if I give him food. Do we?
I'm
Did
sure
we already?
he
You already gave the steak away, right?
the boar.
Tell him about food.
I gave some boar meat to Thurston. Yeah, I don't know if I gave all of it to him, but probably.
I think I have a ration in my bag.
I doubt he would
I'm-
say
I'm-
no to food.
I would never say no to food, so
I mean, neither would I.
all right. So, divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Let's do it.
If we need you, we'll yell.
What's our passcode? They always say that in stories.
Our
What's
safe
your
word?
safe word? Yes,
What's our
not
safe word?
What
passcode.
kind of stories is Mosu reading?
Different kind of dungeon tale.
I think our safe word should be ale, personally.
Ale.
Because in situations
Ale.
like this I really want some. So it's probably what I'm gonna be shouting anyway.
Okay. You can only say ale if you need help.
Okay.
All right. Shall we?
Let's do
Uh,
it. So Leof takes a couple steps back from Baxter and says, "You ready?"
Ready.
And so he's gonna cast the cantrip, minor illusion. So all he can do is, like I said, the image. So he like brings his hands out and he like first points them at the ground and then brings them all the way up as if he's drawing the magic from him, and then pushes out and then casts the illusion. It's like a little mist that comes out of his hands all over Baxter, and then Baxter slowly, it looks like he's dissolving almost into like this small cat. But Baxter will actually feel and look the same to him, but for everyone else he's like a small cat version with the same coloring that Baxter has, but like house cat size.
That is
Oh my
so
gosh,
cute.
I've never seen a cat so small.
Isn't that adorable?
Wow.
I think I did a really good job this time around. You're so
I think I
cute,
could do that
Baxter.
sometime. I'm gonna have to remember that animal. Cat.
Oh,
I'll have
right.
to add it to my book.
All right, faithful
Oh.
cat companion. Off we go to save a sister.
At the same
Baxter
time, Elvie and
Walks
I will run
closely behind Leof, like kind of back and to the left, so still like close by, but not within accidental bumping range.
Back behind Leof, is that right? You said?
Yes, I'm gonna let
Yeah.
Leof lead the way.
Whoop.
Okay. Um,
How do you want
And
us
then
to
I'm
do
gonna-
this, or
I'm
us
gonna-
doing things at the same time?
we should probably do things at the same time.
Yeah,
We
I just
get
need
in,
you
get
guys
out.
to decide who's gonna start so that I can just take turns bouncing back and forth.
Okay, you guys can start. Go for it.
Okay. So, Leof remembers what you guys were saying, what you saw out there. So he goes up, sees where the dog is. So he's gonna walk up that little pathway there.
And then, so just because you're walking through here, I assume Mosu and Elvia are also entering the same space? Okay.
Yeah, but they're gonna go towards the
Gonna go left.
Mr. Puppy.
Right, right. But you're entering the same kind of space altogether. I'm just
Yeah.
setting it up so things that would happen synchronically are happening. So as you guys enter the room, even though the dogs aren't looking just at Mosu, not looking as much at Mosu because they stop paying attention to her, but as you guys enter the room, they especially see the cat, but also see Avia, and they see Leof, and they are as awful as before. They're even like, they pull the chains to the end of the chain and are nipping in your general direction.
Is any saliva
with that
spewing
one.
close enough
Fun
to
with
me
that one,
yet?
guys.
It's within, so I think you should be able to see the radius. There is a green radius around them. That is how
Yeah.
far any of it would get.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
And
It's okay, puppies. It's me again. And my friends.
is anyone looking at them or want to do a perception check on them or anything?
Yeah,
I
I'm
would like to
talking
do a
them and
perception.
I want to see them.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mosu.
19.
And what was the 19 for? I missed it. I missed
I'm
what you
seeing
said.
what's
Yeah.
going.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Gotcha,
no,
gotcha.
I was like, oh, it's okay, puppies, but then I was looking and seeing like what's up with them.
So as they jolted forward, you do notice that one more good jolt, and this chain is gonna snap out of place.
Raggy. I don't think the chains are very well secured, guys. That one chain looks like it's about to break. Do you? I'm not nervous, never nervous, always excited. But maybe we should just all go help the wizard. I really want to meet a wizard. Yeah.
I feel like if we all... Well, hang on. Quick question that I forgot to ask Leof before we did this. Will me
Yeah.
talking break the illusion, or is it just like physically touching?
Just physically touching. So
Okay.
the illusion only covers visual, so you can make
Okay.
whatever noise you want, but like the moment someone touches you, the illusion will break.
Yeah. So you're still going to hear Baxter's normal voice coming out of this very small cat.
This is very teeny tiny little
Okay.
teacup cat.
So Mosa, you see the small cat turn to you and say, I really don't think it's a good idea for all of us to just walk past them, because I feel like they're just going to want to chase. And the more they want to chase, they're going to jerk at that chain, and they're just going to, like... I still think us managing this separately is... If you can try and get them calmed down...
Okay. I want to throw. I'm gonna grab in my bag and I'm gonna throw one of my rations at it.
It freaking tears that thing apart, and as it's tearing it apart, you watch the flesh melt off around it until it's just bone. If they're assuming that the meat was on a bone. If
Did they like it? Was that delicious, guys?
Only the one had got one, so the other one is now focused on you and pulls out the chains.
I'll throw one at that one too. Equality.
Beautiful.
They look
How are they?
They look not satiated. They are even more ferocious.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How heavy was the worm's carcass?
I believe
Before,
the
the one that
worm
we
was a
defeated.
medium, so we'll say that it weighs the same as like an average person, somewhere between, 125 to 150 pounds. Well, let's just say like an
Because
average.
I have an idea. If
Elvia,
I could go
you're a
back
genius.
and get the body, come back to the dogs, and give that body to the dogs, maybe that'll distract it enough for us to grab the saliva, have it just keep eating that wormy thing for a little bit.
Saliva
Can
probably left on the
everyone
bone.
roll perception?
Yeah.
Also,
And
do
imagine
I-
that.
that was a bad one. I got 10.
13.
18.
20.
Okay.
Nat 20.
I'll just say that everyone, especially Leof, can hear Actually, from where you're standing, let me do a little more reveal.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
Scandalous.
because of your perception and fog reveal polygon. I'll say also before from Mosu's reveal, you do see another lever. It's brown. Off to the right, kind of in this divot, and you guys are standing in kind of where Leof is. You see that you're pretty much standing in a hallway, because you see two doors. You just realized that you see two doors to your right, and from beyond from beyond
Plus Ultra.
this door, we'll call this door 1 and door 2. From door 1, you can hear the voice of you recognize the voice from previously, and he's like, "I thought I told you to shut up!" And you hear footsteps approaching the door.
Guys,
I think it's
Elvia and I should hide, and you should go do your thing. He's coming.
time to
Okay.
shine, Baxter.
Okay.
So Mosu is gonna hide, go back down by the X and hide so that the guy can't see her when he comes out.
Okay, Elvia, are you doing the same? What's Elvia doing?
I will actually to start initiating my plan in my head. Maybe go
So
back towards
you both
Mosu
are
as
just
well.
gonna go hide kind of over here by the worm creature.
Yes.
Is that what you're doing?
And
too, Miss?
Leof is going to very quickly, like, kind of shake out his clothes a little bit, make them look slightly disheveled, move his hair in a way that, like, looks in distress, but still pretty sexy. And then he's going to make sure that, like, the only weapon that is showing is, like, the crossbow on his back. And he's going to take the bolts and, like, put them in his pocket to make it look like he's just out of them.
Okay, sure. Okay, and without further ado, the one of that wizard pops out and is super freaking surprised. Did not expect somebody to be there, and points at you and goes, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, thank God, I finally found someone. You won't believe just everything. Just there were these bandits, and I was just singing a song, man. That's all I was doing. That's all I do, okay? I was just singing a song, and it wasn't my fault. And then they took everything. They took my bolts, and I was able to get out of there. But, like, can you tell me? I ran in here. I don't know where I am. What is going on? Who are you?
Who am I?
And, like, Leof is like his hands are like shaking and stuff. Like he's doing whole 9
Okay,
yards.
give me a performance
Maybe-
check.
uh 26.
Okay,
Damn.
he totally buys this, and
Oscar.
Wind blows in there.
he gives a big sigh. He's like, "Ugh, 3, 4, and 5 are gonna kill me, but I'll show you to the exit. You don't want to be in here."
No idea how much I appreciate that. I mean, like, it was just I heard all this screaming, and so I thought that there was just more of them in here, but I had nowhere else to go. You have no idea how terrifying that is. I mean, it's just me and Buttons. It's just me and Buttons here.
He's like, "Yeah, I get it. I know what it's like. Turn around, stop walking back. You gotta get out of here before you get caught." And
I can't go back. The bandits are out there, and one of them tried to kick Buttons. I can't subject Buttons to that. That hurts my soul.
He points
I mean,
at the
isn't there
two-headed
anything-
dog and says, "You could go outside, or you could go in there." And he points at the two-headed dog. He's like, "There's nothing in here I can help you with."
So, Leof is going to like flip his hair a little bit, and he's doing full 10 out of 10, guys. Man in distress, and he's just gonna be like, you know, I really appreciate it, but if you could like, I don't know, just is there any place I can sit down? You understand the kind of turmoil that I have just been through, and I'm not used to this. I'm not a warrior such as yourself. I mean, I can see that you are a strapping young man, and that obviously things like this don't rattle you, but they do me. And I need to sit with someone that I can feel comfortable with for a while. Is there anywhere that we can go and sit?
Charisma check.
All right. Oh, I dropped my dice. Charisma check in real life is not hot, but 14.
All right, so he's just like, I know what it's like to need a shoulder to cry on, or just a lap to lay your head to rest. So, yeah, come on, I'll show you to my bedchamber. And he gives you a wink. And then he's like, just give me a second. And he cracks open the door, and he goes, "Hey, number 4. It's gonna be a minute. I'll be back." And you hear, "Oh, come on, we're so close!" He's like, "Shut up." And then, are you gonna follow him to the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Leof just looks and goes, "Come on, Buttons." And then like
So he goes back towards the way that you guys
And
were.
Baxter is going to be very careful to make sure to stay out of his range of movement. Like,
Why?
no accidental bumping.
Can we hear them
Leof
coming
is
back this way?
definitely accidentally bumping this guy too. Just the
Okay, before they come in, we'll just jump back to what Mosu and Elvia would be doing.
So right now we're both holding this worm.
Right, no, so
can I
we're going to start from the top. You walked into this room, and then what you decide to do.
So
Your group
I think
just split.
Mosu said it. We want to
You want to
get
pick
this
it up?
worm.
Okay, I'm going to
so,
need
yeah.
some strength checks. Are you both doing it together?
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Okay. Then I'll say roll with advantage.
Strength.
Well, I should. 21.
Okay. Yeah, this thing's easy for you. How's
Oh, with a
Elvia
nat
looking?
20. Sorry.
Oh, it's a nat 20? Oh, yeah.
14?
14? All right. So, Mosu, you just freaking finesse pick this thing right up. Boop, like a fireman right over the shoulder. And Elvia's kind of just like holding up the back, like, yeah.
Tail.
Yeah. She's like, I got it. Yeah, Mosu. So I will say you are both head to tail holding this somewhere along the way you learned its name was a grick. Whoa. And so yeah, Mosu, you got the head, and Elvia, you got the tail. And what do you guys want to do with this?
So I would think
I
that
wanna-
we would be hearing them starting to come back down. So I would maybe even want to try to hide.
I would
Uh,
say roll a perception check.
Both of us?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nat 20 again. So 25.
Nice.
13.
Yeah, once nat 20 is absolutely perfect. Nothing beats a nat 20. And a 13. So I'll say bless you. Mosu's the only
Yes.
one that can hear them coming. I'll say, Elvia, that with you heaving up the tail end of the Grick and the entire Grick and the Mosu in front of you, you don't seem to hear them clambering back towards you.
Elvia, we gotta hide. I think they're coming this way. But we should take the worm with us. I mean,
Are you gonna hide with the worm?
yes,
Yes.
I want to hide with the worm.
Okay. I'm gonna say give me an acrobatics check for both of you. And then acrobatics will determine if you can like move out with the Grick in arms successfully, and then we'll do stealth to make sure that you hide successfully.
Ooh,
Okay,
I got,
I got an
19.
18 for acrobatics.
Oh, okay,
Then-
yeah. So which direction were you
18.
moving into?
Well, if they're coming towards us, I want to go back to kind of where I was during the battle, like behind that little tiny rock thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mosu, I'll say you swing that bad boy thing around, and Elvia follows along tail end with it. And you kind of end up in the mouth of that like rotting corpse flesh storeroom. And now give me a stealth check.
17.
Stealth. 5.
So,
Oh, no.
Mosu, you're able to completely like tuck yourself right around some of those boxes and crates and barrels. And Elvia, you don't necessarily make it around that corner just in time when the wizard pops out.
Yeah, distract him.
Can Leof see this as well and immediately like yank on the guy's arm and be like, I stubbed my toe. Oh, and like almost like stumble and then like be like, oh, you caught me.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity for that. I'm gonna assume that you're gonna do that because you know your friends are there and you get nervous, so you try to do the thing.
An 8. It's not great.
So you end up pulling his arm in a way that makes him face back towards where the Grick was, and then he sees Elvia immediately. And then he looks at you and goes, "What's all this about? You and Coots?"
You know what this is? That's one of the bandits that attacked me. They followed me in here.
Baxter's gonna like try and lend credence to this, and like I don't know how much control I have, like my motions have over the illusion, but he's gonna like puff up and hiss, and it's not like
No, but
like
now,
that's one of the
now that
bastards
you're
that was
here,
hissing it.
he's and like Leof's gonna be like kind of like slightly behind him, like holding his arm, be like, but now that you're here, they might get scared away. Now that I'm not alone, maybe if you shout or something, they'll leave. I just need them to leave. Would you do that for me?
Because
I'm
he's
so
already
scared.
like kind of charmed by you, he
I'm so scared.
he like pops his like raggedy collar, and you do notice from his shirt, I'll say, just because you're already standing so close, that he has a number 3 on it. So I'm gonna say that he really wants to show this bandit what's up, and he attacks. Elvia does a 10 hit.
How do I know that armor class?
Yeah, so your AC,
No.
if it's higher than a 10. Okay, so he misses completely and
Yeah.
like breaks off a piece of like rock from the wall, and he kind of puts his hand on Leof, and he goes, "Get back! It's not safe here."
Now,
Sure.
can
What the heck
I-
was that?
Since he just attacked me, can I do a performance check to play dead? Or does
Sure.
he know that he missed? Or
yeah,
can I
sure.
just act, oh, you got a good one and you hit me.
I mean, give me a
I'm
performance
like-
Drop
check.
the tail of the worm and I'm dead. Performance.
And the whole time Leof is gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not good with violence."
So I got a 11.
And tell me what this looks like one more time.
So he does his little charm. Bah! Pop of air hits the wall right next to me where I was supposed to be hiding. And I get shocked and I'm like, okay, he's coming after me one way or the other, so let's play dead and see, because he doesn't know Mosu's there. So once that hits, I fall back dramatically. I drop the tail. I go, what is it called? Long chair? Where you like fold your legs up and you're just on the ground like that, a long chair. And the tail's on top of me and I'm almost like, got my arms out and my face is just like, yeah.
Okay,
Like I'm dead. I'm staying perfectly still.
so he sees oh my god. He swatches you like he knows that he completely missed you, and then he watches you like your face get puzzled, and then you like lay down, and to him it sounds like, oh no. That's what it sounds like to him, and he's not about it. I think just Elvia, unless anyone wants to get involved with this, roll for initiative.
Well, I see
Um,
Elvia fall, and I'm like,
Do you see her fall? Do you buy that?
no, I see her fall. But I'm like, why is she falling? I'm very confused.
And the
I
whole
can't
time, like,
see any-
Leof is like behind this guy, looks over at Baxter and Mouth's like, "Take them out."
So I would like to back up Elvia. I see her on the floor, so I want to at least see
Give
what's
me
going
a
on.
perception check, Mosu.
You got it.
And like, and Leof's gonna look at this and try once again to save this moment.
What's
And he's
your
gonna go, like-
perception?
12.
A 12? Mosu, you can tell that you can see her face, and you can see that she's like looking at you. Like is it working? Like, I think it's working.
Baxter, since I still look like a cat, I am going to, with my short sword out, just kind of get as close behind this wizard guy as I can and wait and see what happens. So I would also like to roll initiative just to be prepped in case I need to.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Like,
assume
attack this
Mosu,
guy.
you do want to fight.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Let's
Leof,
get them,
I'm
guys.
gonna add you to Oh, you're in there.
And
What?
can I?
Yeah?
So,
Yes?
I'm looking at my thing. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's
Uh,
okay.
Can I cast sleep on this guy from like behind? Now that I'm all snuggled up close to him.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me see how this works. So, it says like it can be within 20 feet. And it's gonna take up a spell
Yeah, you
slot.
guys are basically standing next to each other.
I'm like hanging.
Sorry, I missed
Uh,
that. What? You're hanging?
I'm just like basically hanging on his arm right now, like the man-ho that I'm pretending to be. And Uh, so he's gonna like get up really close and be like, "Hey, I have something I need to tell you. I'm down here, because he's much shorter than this guy. He'll be like, I hate violence. Come down here." Um, and then he's going to just kind of like, it's gonna seem so creepy, but he's gonna like try it, like it's gonna be like blowing in his ear, but in reality he's saying the sleep spell, and the guy just like slumps.
Yeah, is that how it works? Does he doesn't have to do a saving throw or anything, or
Nope, it doesn't look
Whoops.
like it. It says that it will.
touching stuff I shouldn't be touching?
So only if someone wants to attack him after the sleep spell hits, because then it will decrease his hit points. Because it says, yeah, because it says like starting with like the creature that has the lowest current hit points, that's the one that like it will affect first, but it's just this guy. I'm only doing it on
Okay,
him.
yep.
Oh, it's the same one you did on the troll on the bridge.
Yeah.
No.
The
But because
knoll,
I'm not
that's
like doing like multiple or anything, I guess he'll stay this way until if anyone touches him, he'll wake up.
He'll stay for like that for 1 minute. So you have 1 minute. That's the duration to
So
do what you need to do. He drops
So-
to the floor. Like, actually, I'm gonna say that as the sleepiness settles over him, he gives a big stretch and he kind of just curls up in a little ball on the floor and puts his thumb in his mouth.
and then Leof is gonna look at him and then look at everyone else and then go, well, he did not sleep with me. So he got half of his wish.
As I'm
Now,
looking up from
I'm
the
going to need someone to hit him in the head very, very hard.
Oh my god.
How long does he sleep for? Do we have to
We
hit
got
him?
60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
we need
set
to
a
knock him out.
IRL timer now. You guys have
Esther, are
real
you the
life 60
closest?
seconds to figure this out.
Who's the
Baxter's
strongest?
Baxter's gonna
Probably
come up,
Baxter.
and since Baxter's gonna come up, and I'm gonna use non-lethal force to try and just like hit him at the base of the head with like the hilt of my short sword. Like I don't want to kill this guy, I just want to knock him out.
So you're gonna obviously come out of cat form. I don't know if that's what you said. You might have said it. My brain is whatever.
Yeah,
So
It'd
I'm
be
gonna
like a
say to
cat
do that,
approaching
you're
and
gonna need to
someone-
do enough damage that is his health points. So go ahead and hit. It's with advantage since he is unconscious.
Okie doke. Let's see. And would this also count as sneak attack damage? Since I have advantage on the roll for the attack
It
as a rogue?
doesn't. It's just because he's prone and unconscious. So you get advantage.
Oh god, this is awful. Let's see.
While he's doing that, Mosu wants to go towards the wizard.
So it's 14 to hit.
Okay. Well, let's see. It hits. Roll for the damage as Mosu. Do you drop the body of the Grick?
No, I want to throw the Grick on top of the wizard.
Okay.
So
we can do that when we need to disguise the body.
I have a question. I believe. Let me just look it really, really quick.
Okay,
on
so
the rogue's
uh,
stats.
Elvia, do you rip it away from Elvia, or Elvia, are you like
He
still
dropped
holding
it
the...
when she fake died.
Okay, so
no,
now it's just
no, I
Mosu.
tell her don't drop it. We need this for the dogs. Remember?
So if I have advantage on the attack roll, I can do sneak attack damage, which is an extra d6. Is that something that would
Okay.
apply here?
Sure.
Because it says once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll.
Which you have.
Okay, cool. So let's see. Plus, oh, let me not drop it off the bed. So that's 9 points of damage.
Okay. That doesn't make him pass. Like that doesn't put him into unconsciousness. You smack him, and now he opens his eyes and is blinking around. I will say.
Can I just give him another quick tap?
Just stab him at this point.
Just because we've all been in this encounter, I'll just say that I'll need everyone's initiative rolls from before. I didn't get them. I'll say this is definitely part of an initiative at this point. We've gotten so deep into it.
I think I rolled a
Is he,
9.
damaged though? Because I mean, he did just get a real good whack to the head.
It wasn't enough.
I got
A
a
17.
At 10.
When I rolled before, I got a 9.
Okay, that's fine. And Mosu?
17.
Okay, so Mosu would be next. Mosu, what would you like to do?
Look, is ASM?
How big is the worm in comparison to the man? I forgot how big it was. It's
Uh,
medium size?
Yeah, it is medium size, and the man is also medium size.
Roughly the same size.
Yeah, roughly the same size. It's like, I didn't say the Grick was like, 6 feet tall. It's like 5'7". You're probably bigger, to be honest. You're probably heavier because you're a Furbolg.
Okay. Okay. So, well, just because I'm carrying this slug, I don't have any weapons out because I'm carrying a slug. And doesn't taking my weapon out count as a bonus action?
I think we had established that, yeah, taking a weapon out if you don't have it equipped or changing which weapon you have equipped. I think we decided
Right,
was a
I'm gonna
bonus action.
say that your hands are full with the Grick. If you want to use the Grick, we'll say you will roll. It would be an unarmed strike with disadvantage, since I don't think you have proficiency in using an animal as a weapon.
I'm not proficient in Grick.
Not proficient in Grick? Okay, that was the best. I'm not proficient in Grick.
You know what? I would say if you wanted to do it, to roll with animal handling. If you wanted to fight with the Grick, you can use your animal handling bonus.
I love it.
Are Gricks flammable?
It's like a regular kind of. Are you flammable? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? It's a worm.
Okay.
It's too slimy.
All good. Said if I want to fight with the Grick, use my animal handling.
Yeah, go for it. And then you'll use
All right.
their damage stats for unarmed strike.
Okay. Let me just weigh my options is essentially what I'm doing now. How many?
About
damage does he
120
have?
pounds.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna try it. We're just gonna.
I hit him for 9 damage.
Now, I'm on the
How
tail
many
of this
times?
thing. Should I also throw an animal handling?
You let go of it. You let go of it when
I
you
let
died.
go? Okay.
Yeah, it's when you fell down, when you dropped yourself.
It was a good try. We
So
appreciate
I got
the
Elves
effort.
can't act.
another nat 20, and plus my 3, so 23.
23 to hit?
You
Yeah,
guys-
that hits.
Using this thing like a puppet.
And
Go ahead
then
and roll for damage.
unarmed, I only get 2 damage. 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so, he looks not great. It definitely looks like, like how they say when you get hit with something, like it looks like an egg? Well, this thing looks like a volleyball growing out of the side of his head where Baxter hit him, and, after you hit
I want to
him...
wind it up. Can I wind up the Grick? Like, I want to, do a whole, Like, you know how in Zelda?
Yeah,
when
you can
push
tell me
down
how
and
you do
starts-
it. I'm just telling you how he
Okay.
looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
I was excited.
Do
Oh,
it. No, I'm
well,
saying tell me how it looks.
Oh. Sorry, I'm excited to fight the Grick. So I kind of slide my hand down just so that I can really like grab it, and I'm kind of holding it like this, and then I'm gonna start spinning around and around, kind of like a what are those called? I don't know, whatever
Like a
it's called. So
helicopter?
I'm going around and around, and then I'm just gonna fling it there, but just fling it down at him
Like a discus.
like a discus. Yes.
It hits him square in the guts, and he goes, and like blood kind of spittles out of his mouth. And that's how he's looking. Next up is Leof.
Okay. So I take it that this Leof's like, I guess we gotta kill him.
Oh my god!
So he's going to take out his rapier and like he's like behind
God.
him. So he's gonna take out his rapier and go for a stabby stab from behind him after he gets hit by this Grick.
I am gonna say because he's still prone, roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh my gosh, even with advantage, this was not great. It's a 6.
That doesn't hit.
It was a terrible roll.
You're like, guess we kill him, and then just kind of like finesse his hair into a little twirl with the tip of your rapier.
Your heart's
instead.
not in it.
I think like Leof's gonna like try and like hit him, and then slip on some Grick juice, and just get some hair, and then be like, oh, awkward.
So now it's his turn, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna get up. And he's gonna get up, but I think that will be his action getting up, so now there will be no more advantage on attacking him, but it will be
Big Grick on him.
it will move to Elvia. Elvia, go ahead.
Okay, so as Leof has started the we must kill him, no longer
gotta die.
let's bludgeon him, I am going to...
We don't like
let's
wizards, I
see.
guess.
I
Solve
don't
that
like them either.
mystery.
How far away am I from said wizard?
You are standing.
How far away?
You're 5 feet. You're standing 5 feet in front of him.
Okay. And how far away are Baxter and Leof from him?
Baxter's 5 feet away. Leof's 5 feet away. And
Okay,
I'll
can
say
I-
Mosu's also 5 feet away, even though you're like in the same block.
Okay, can I finally try to use Ice Knife with the 5 feet radius? Not hit
Well-
anybody?
Well, we're within the 5 feet radius, I think.
Are you?
Ice
I
knife.
thought you're 5 feet away. You have to be in the 5 feet of radius to be hit.
I think you're all with it. You're let's see, range area. Yeah, okay, 5 feet. Yeah, you're all within the 5 feet. I'd say
Darn
you
it,
guys would
alright.
have to be at
We'll
least
use
10
that
feet away.
someday.
It's
I will-
probably not best suited for a cave unless you're going to use it on something else that isn't right
it more
next to
wizard.
you.
I'm gonna use Ray of Frost, the cantrip.
Okay. Whoops. And do you need
23
anything special for that?
hit.
Oh, 23 to hit. That was dirty.
It was dirty.
Dirty. Okay, cool. Roll for damage.
5 damage. And frost
Yes.
damage.
Perfect. Thank you. Doo-doo. Okay. So now he's like shivering. He's like bleeding out of his mouth. His head looks like two heads, one on top of the other, but he's still standing. Baxter, you're the Caboose. What would you like to do?
I still really don't want to have to kill this guy, so I'm gonna try again for like bludgeoning non-lethal damage if I can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Let's see if this works.
I'll say if you get it within like 3 above his armor class, it won't kill him, but if you get anything higher than that, it will. Go ahead.
Okay. So roll high, but not too high.
Can't win them all.
Sometimes
Am I
they
even
gotta
gonna
Sometimes
hit
he
him? I don't-
can't be a good guy.
9. I don't think it even hits him, so my heart's not in it, so I just whiff.
Yeah, you really are like trying so hard, like you don't want to kill him, but then like you take that swing and it completely misses instead. Like fuck.
His concussion's got him staggering.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. But he's also cold, so it's the slowest stagger ever.
So like, and like Leof is like on the other side of this guy. 'Cause you know how like they're kind of facing each other, but this guy's like in the middle, and he's looking at Baxter like,
And that'll bring it back to Mosu wielding the Grick. Mosu, what would you like to do?
Well,
He's the other
I
side
don't
of
have
the
the
knife.
Grick in hand anymore, right?
I'll say
like,
that
threw
when
it at
you
him.
wound it up, you didn't necessarily let it plop. It's not that far away. You are still holding its tail.
Oh, well then, I'm gonna hit him again with the Grick.
Okay, roll for animal handling.
crush the Deathfire, correct?
16 plus 3 is math. I don't know. 19. That's
19?
math.
Yeah, you totally are gonna kill this guy right now. I bet.
Oh, no.
I bet. No. Yeah, roll for damage.
No, it's unarmored. It's just 2 because it's just unarmed strike. So I just have 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, tell me how you kill him.
Killed by the Grick.
So instead of winding up this time, I just kind of take the Grick and I momentum myself down. I bring it all the way up and back. Now Mosu's really tall too, so it's like getting a whole lot of velocity in this. And then I'm just gonna like hammer down his head with the Grick.
Even though you did that, I'll say because you're so tall and the Grick is so tall, you didn't do like you only did 2 damage because on the smackdown, the Grick hit all the rocks on the top of the cave and it kind of sprinkles dust and rock on you guys as it slams down. And then he lets out one final and you immediately smell poop.
That is what happens when people die.
Ah, shit.
Could have gone better.
Well,
And Leof is just there, like rubbing his, like kind of like scratching his head, going, "Well,
And
not
Elvia's
the
like,
worst date I've ever had."
and with
But
that, would you
it's
guys
good,
like
right, guys?
to take a little break?
Yeah.
Like a 5-minute break?
Sure.
Okay, everyone will be back in about 7:47 or 8 or 9. But definitely 7:40 something. See you soon.
48 or 9.
We're back. We're ready to get it. Okay.
Killing things
So
with grit.
yes, you just killed an innocent man, so to speak, with a grick.
Now that we've killed him, can I search? Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I want to see if there's anything related to, like, anything suspicious that's not like general supplies. I want to know if there's like any special keys, any sigils or charms, or like stuff related to what do we need to know
As-
about.
I did
As
see the number
the-
3 on him.
And
when
I
I
heard him
was-
say number 4 when he was at the door.
So we know that there's at least 4 of them.
Or
Now 3 of them.
Well, maybe they just start at 3 and 4 to make you think that there's more of them than there are.
Can
think he's
I
that
roll
smart.
a history check to see what we might be looking for in terms of like keys or sigils or anything like that?
Well, I'll say that Baxter wanted to, so you both can do it.
Okay.
You both can do it, but I'll just say for this instance, it will just be perception.
I
That's
didn't
the
know if that
money.
was my job as mini wizard or something.
No, it's good. I like everyone.
So it's
We
a
don't
7
have to kind of clear of the gross
17 on my
math
perception.
value.
Ooh, I got a 6.
Alvy is like, I don't know, it just looks like some guy to me. And Baxter's like, a whole lot. I agree, because what you can see is like the clothes aren't any like particular, anything particularly fancy. Even just looking around the cave of what you have seen, nothing's really adorned, nothing's really fancy. There isn't too much else happening that you think might be more suspicious or lead you to any other clues.
Like nothing in his pockets or anything that would be like.
No, he looks hella poor. He looks like he's just here to do his work on being a wizard. Like, you know, it kind of looks like he's wearing rags. But it has like a number 3 like awfully stitched into the front.
Nothing that's
Mosu
like
is
related
still.
to.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Mosu's holding the grick and is like, guys, are we still feeding this thing to the 2-headed dog?
New plan. Feed the dude to it. We dispose of the evidence. We get the saliva off the bones, and I can make Baxter look like him, and we can get close to the dwarf sister.
That actually works because I was going to suggest I try to mimic the voice of the guy and go get attention to number 4 and pull him out by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to be doing that anyway,
We can go in. I mean,
So what am I doing with the grick? We're gonna leave him.
I also think another plan to add on to yours, Yoff, the dog has 2 heads. We could dispose of the grick at one head and the body at the other, so it's fully extracted. We try
And
to go
no
get the
evidence?
saliva.
And
No
then-
evidence.
saliva is going to be left on the bones, right? We can use that. Yeah. So I mean,
Again, as you are all knocking your heads together, you hear another bone-curdling scream coming from what appears to be behind door number 2.
I don't like it.
She sounds like she's in trouble, guys. I think we should just go and get her first.
Okay.
we'll toss a body at the dogs to keep them from jumping at us, I think, and then I don't know how much longer she's got. Do we just want to bust down the door?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, we feed the dude to the dogs, distract them. Baxter, I can make you look like him, and then I can be what I was before, just someone that you found in the caves. And we can figure stuff out. I mean, solidly, I don't know if anyone's going to believe that he got with like this perfect 10. I think he got lucky.
Pity date.
Yeah.
All right. So if you can
Gratitude
make me
date.
look like him, I'm I say we just go now, drop off the bodies on our way past, and then if we're gonna keep up the illusion, someone else is gonna have to knock on the door to get it open. Because if I
Yes.
touch anything,
See,
I won't look like.
that's why I'm your date. So we got to be flirty, but you can't touch me or anything or anyone.
Mhm.
What do you want us to do?
If you guys
Uh,
want to carry the bodies, we can
Yeah.
drop those off, and you can kind of like hide around the corner away from us so you're out of sight until we figure out what's on the other side of the door. Because if we open that door and there's like 8 people, we don't want all of us
Run,
clustered
Lisa.
together right in front of the door.
Okay, sounds good.
Stay close enough.
All right, yeah. So we can come in Grick style.
Right, let's go.
Okay, so Leof does
Can
like,
I-
he like rolls his
Can I
shoulders
just
out.
check the pockets of the? I just want to see if he's got any like thing in his pockets before we.
Yeah, you can check
Do
too,
anything.
as you did notice. Baxter also checked, and it was like pretty
Oh, it was
barren.
empty. Oh, I
Right.
thought he was just like seeing what he looked like, not that he actually checked his pockets. Never mind. He already did it. All good in the hood.
So yeah, so
All
Leof's
right.
gonna like rub his hands together and then be like, "Okay, Baxter, step away from it."
Yeah, I'm gonna
And then he's gonna.
like do your thing.
So then he like goes this and does like the same thing again. He like brings his hands up and goes, "Phew," and then like in that like just comical puff of like sparkly dust, just goes all over Baxter
Hmm.
and turns him into an exact replica of number 3. So the reason that I chose you, Baxter, no offense to you, Mosu and Elvia, you guys would have made a beautiful 3. But I think Baxter's voice matches his a bit more, and I can't do anything about that. That's
Anything that'll work
Oh.
in our favor.
so. Yes, if you guys can sneakily follow behind us, that would be solid until we find this girl. And we
Dump
need
the
to get rid of
bodies for the dogs.
the real number 3, in case he has friends.
Okay. Can I throw a strength check?
What are you doing with your strength check?
I'm gonna pick up number 3, unless Mosu has number 3.
I have
Mosu
the
has
Grick.
the
With the
Grick.
Grick.
Yep, so go ahead.
Okay.
Give me your strength check.
Correct. Ooh, 22.
22. Yo, you like dangle this thing over your shoulders like it's a mink coat. Not that that's cool anymore. That's not cool,
Nope.
but it's a thing that you do with this man.
It's faux fur.
All right. So,
Anyway.
tell me how you're doing things. What's the procession? How are we processing?
I figure Leof and I would probably go first towards door 2, and then
Okay.
behind us would be probably Mosu and Elvia with the bodies.
So you're in front of Leof, is that right then?
Next to, if we can. If we can't fit next to, I'm gonna walk just behind him.
Okay, so Leof is kind of first. You're a little bit behind. Mosu, who's going first to feed the dog?
I'll go first.
Mosu, and are you feeding at the Grick?
Yeah, I'm throwing the Grick at the head.
Bonk.
Yeah.
I'll say roll for strength if you're throwing it kind of at the dog.
You
Yeet.
got it.
This Grick has been yeeted so many times at this point.
It's tenderized.
You had a 6?
16.
Oh, 16. You actually end up hurting the dog with the throw. And you hear like,
Take the Grick away before she strikes again.
and then but before it can even pay attention, do an unarmed damage for that, because it'll take a little damage, and then it just like it pulls the Grick in closer and closer and closer until its meaty fatty flesh melts away.
So it took 2 damage then for unarmed.
Okay.
Okay. Can I go ahead and feed the Grick? My body.
Yeah,
Just
go
for
for it.
innocent man that
Right
just wanted a
again.
date.
Tell me how you do it.
All right, I got a 15.
For what?
So, to throw
Oh, you're throwing it at it?
Yeah.
You also hurt the dog with your throw.
So I've got number 3, and I take him by the wrists, and I flip him over my head like a cape, and just whip it at the dog. It hits the left side of the dog's, like the left-headed dog head, not the right one that she hit. So I hit the other one. It goes. So I hit it right on the nose.
Yeah, give me an unarmed damage throw for that. For
Unarmed damage. 4.
okay. And when you threw it down, you threw it and like it's out of your hands, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. So the dog also, like, as it's like gnawing at it, it pulls it in closer and closer. So like it's I would say out of reach, unless you get close enough to be within its like radius of poison spittle.
Hey, now that he's distracted, Elvia, we should go hide. We should go hide by that lever over there. Can we sneak in that little spot? I don't know if that is that a little spot we can sneak in.
Mosu, do you still have the jar? Should we get the saliva before we hide?
Well, they told us not to be in sight. I think we're in sight where we're standing
Are
right now.
you hiding by
Okay,
this lever or the other lever?
The
There's two X's
Um,
now.
question. Can the thing see me by the lever that's behind the two little pillory things?
The two-headed dog.
Upper
Yeah, Mr.
level.
Puppy.
You'd just have it might, if you hide well enough, it might not.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
$13.
Do. Yeah, I think it totally knows you went over there, and you can hear it growling at you. When it's done eating, it's still eating, but it can
okay.
see you, for sure.
So I am gonna go to the left, back into like the hallway.
Okay.
Hide.
Where would you like to go? Towards where the Grick was, or up towards the other hallway you haven't necessarily been to?
I think I might just stay there in case a bunch of like wizards pop out at Baxter and
Okay, so you
Leof.
feel like here, like just around the
Yeah.
corner. Okay, cool.
Then I can get to them a lot faster.
Yeah, I'll say you're completely hidden here.
So as we're approaching the door, we heard that it came from behind door number 2, right?
Yes.
One that Leof is closest to right now.
Yep. The one in front of
Right,
you.
Is the screaming still happening, or was it just like a brief burst of scream?
Give me like it was, but give me a perception check since you guys are like in front of the door.
All right.
Uh, 16.
Perception plus 3. 18.
Okay, so beyond the door, you can hear the faint heaving and kind of like whimpers, like, no. And then, you hear kind of like the tinking of glass and a voice. Just a few more. We're almost done.
So I'm gonna lean down and whisper to Leof, I need you to knock on the door really loud.
Do you have how you want to play this all set?
You're gonna knock, and I'm gonna pretend to be number 3, and I'm gonna say that we've got a problem. We've got bandits outside. You came in and told us about it, and they're trying to come in through the door, like through the front of the cave. Like you're gonna be still the man in distress. We came in. Bandits are terrible. They're at the front. They're coming in. They're going to try and swarm the place.
Swing it. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so
I need you to
Leah,
knock on the door, though, so that my illusion doesn't drop.
I got you. So Leah goes and just like pounds 3 times on the door as hard as his tiny stature can muster.
And as Leof does that, I go, "Oi, we got a problem out here!"
You hear this. Ugh! You know not to bother me. Go to number 2.
I figured you'd want to know about the hordes of bandits out front. Well, if you want to take them by yourself, that's, good on you, but I figured you might want to know about it.
You hear something slam down, and you hear paces to the door, and the door flings wide open. And you see a similarly dressed person with a number 5 awfully stitched on their rat and tattered clothes similar to the ones that you're illusionally wearing, Baxter. And they just go, "Listen, I don't want to hear what you're griping about, 3. Don't take it up with me. This is my time. I get to have my time here, and you get to do whatever it is that you do." And then he, notices Leof and is like, "And whatever this is, I don't really care."
Well, you're gonna care if you got that pack of 20 bandits outside. I think it might be the girl's brother. I think he went and got help.
And then, so roll a charisma check. Just Baxter.
Leof is still just sitting there looking, trying to look disheveled yet
15.
the sexy kind.
Okay, 15. Okay, and then just give me a second. Oh, you can't even see this guy you're talking to. Hold on.
I cannot. I see a door.
Okay. There's this guy
Really
in front of
great
you.
door.
Fantastic. Very solid. The dooriest of doors.
Okay, so you see
Mahogany.
number 5 go. Fine. And he goes to walk past you. As you know, this is a kind of a tight hallway. I don't know if you'd like to use your dexterity to move out of the way and less be brushed aside.
I would like to do that, and I'm gonna back towards door number 1, so I'm clearing out of the way and letting number 5 walk past. So this would be, do you want just a straight dex check?
I guess athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, because it's movement.
Would acrobatics be more dexterity based? Athletics is more strength.
Well, you could roll dexterity, or you can roll.
If I have the choice, I would love to roll dexterity.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Okay, 23.
Oh yeah, so you notice he's about to storm past, and you're like, okay, without even brushing up against the wall behind you as well or anything. And he barks behind you, "Go tell number 4 to gear up." And then
Got it.
proceeds to barrel down the hallway towards Elvia. Elvia, you can hear this, and most of you can see the back to number 5. Are you guys going to do anything?
Yes.
Okay, what'd you like to do? Before he
So
rounds
you
the
want to
corner.
go first?
His back is to me.
Yeah, you can see his back, and he's storming past. So if you're going to do something, it's this moment.
Can I pull out my can I cast Entangle and grab his feet and hold him in place right there?
Pull him towards the dogs. I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna stop him in his place for the moment.
Okay, so
Leof is
entangle,
full
is there
chaos
like
mode right
a
now.
Is that a cantrip? What is it? A spell? What you doing?
No, it's a spell.
Okay.
And because he's within 90 feet.
Yep.
Um, so, and I can, in a 20-foot radius, I can pick however I can create weeds that can
Okay.
entangle and grasp, and they have to throw a strength saving throw, or they'll be restrained for 1 minute.
Okay. So, what does it have to beat?
It has to beat. Da, 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 da. What does it say on this one? Oh, 13.
Okay, it gets a 9. So, we'll say.
So I'm gonna say, because it's kind of right in the middle of those two things, vines are gonna come out from both sides of the walls and kind of grab him on his arms and then come up from the floor and grab him on his legs, and he's kind of just like stuck in place, or he or she, whatever it is.
Just to be clear, it is 20 feet. Like, that's what it is, right? Like, it's no less than 20 feet. Like, in a 20-foot square, starting from the point of range, and you're starting it from him.
I
just want to get.
It does say I can create weeds within a 20-foot range.
I think that it is 20 feet. So,
Because I just know because I've seen people use it in other things where but we can have it be the whole range. But just within that 20 feet, they can do the thing.
right. But I think because it's like an area of effect, that other people will have to do it because they're within the area of effect.
Can
That's
I
all.
have the area then be a little higher up so that it also gets the beast in it?
Okay, yeah. Like here? I mean, I could probably do it where only one person has to roll. So you can pick whether it's going to be, if you're going to entangle Elvia and him and the thing, or Baxter. You would be in that one. So it's probably Elvia, unless you want Elvia and Baxter to roll for it.
No, I want the beast and then the
Okay.
wizard and then I guess Elvia.
Sorry, Elvia. All these branches come out of nowhere and wrap their little tendrils around you.
Unless you roll more than 13.
Yeah, do a strength check, Elv. Miss Little Elf.
Strength check.
The dog
21.
got a nat 20.
So the
Oh,
dog's
dang.
just like hanging out, nomming on his bodies.
The dog wants nothing to do with your thing. Perhaps all the vines that would have grasped it got melted away in its poisonous, mouth-watering.
Right, is the door still open or did number 5 close it behind him?
Like, can we look in? Can we look in the room?
The door,
I would like
they opened cracked the door open and closed it behind them when they came out to storm away. So the door is closed. Are you opening the door?
I
Guys,
think-
what do you want me to do with this person? Like I just roped him. I know you do we just leave him here? I just was trying to get us a little preemptive, stop him in his place if we want to do anything.
Do I still have an action? I know I rolled a 21, so I don't think the branches, like I'm strong enough to get out of the
Yeah,
branches.
you're not in any kind of combat right at this moment. So you kind of are still free to do what you want and until you either decide to attack the wizard or unless the wizard gets free.
I think me and Baxter
And-
are looking in this like, wow, you guys are like attacking him with the vines. This is
Yeah.
like
That you decide
suffocating.
to open the door while Mosu is casting this entangle.
So Leof is gonna like slowly open the door like a crack and look in.
Just so you know then, within that square, because of Mosu's thing, it turns it into difficult terrain. So walking through the vines is now are at half speed.
Okay.
Unless
No.
you
Very slowly.
unless you're like cool with walking through I don't know what terrain that necessarily would be. Maybe maybe forest. Okay, so
You've opened the door, Leof, just a bit.
Yeah, I've opened it a bit for us to look in.
okay, so I'll say the door opens inward. That's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So from what you can see, boop, boop. I'll say when the door opens inward like that, you could probably see a little more of that too. Boop. You can hear the breathing, but it looks like you'll have to open the door more. From what you can see, where you're standing is like, I'll say like a table filled with different vials and parchments and books and different things of that sort over here. Wait, what's your perception? Give me a check.
Can I also do a perception since I'm taller than Leof and probably just looking over his head into the door?
Over like
Sure.
the head,
Yeah.
anime style there through the doorway.
We're stacking in the doorway.
Yep. So you guys do
Um,
that.
Perception.
I just got a 10.
19.
Yeah,
Okay. So Leof sees a table, is like, cool, a table. And then
my short stature, I can't see a whole lot.
so from above you, Baxter can see that there's like sort of like a shelf with like things like manacles and whips and like torture devices, and also on the table that there's like vials and different sorts of things over there. That was
I'm gonna
Leof like looks up and goes, "Do you want to go in?"
just open it. I still look like him, so if there's
Okay,
anyone
let's
else.
do it.
okay.
So Leof
So
opens the door all the
so
way.
while they're going into the
And I-
room, Elvia and Mosu, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm gonna I want to attack him.
You want to attack him? Sure.
Yeah.
I'll
We've already
have-
Yes,
killed one,
embrace
so-
the chaos.
I'll have you roll for initiative, and Elvia, will you be joining this as well?
Yes.
You know how it is when you're tricking people. Sometimes you just gotta kill them.
Where
All
is
right.
that initiative?
It should be like in the middle of your sheet.
I got 15.
Right next to your armor
Ah,
class.
Okay. I got a 6.
Okay, you got a 6, Mosu?
15.
15. And okay, so Mosu, go ahead, you go first.
So I'm going to do my bonus action and cast fillet on my quarterstaff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna place the staff on the ground and say Firadak Shirnak, and then flames are gonna start from the ground, trickle up, and ignite the whole thing at the top with a flame on top. And then I'm just seeing how far away I am. And you said it's half distance once I reach the thing, right?
If you're going to walk through that 20 feet, that 20-foot square that's in the middle, which are your vines, it is it's a rough, like treacherous terrain or whatever it is. So it's
Difficult terrain?
half your walking speed.
Okay, well, I'm only like 10 feet away from it anyway, so I'm gonna walk so that I'm 5 feet away from him. And then I'm going to attack him with my quarterstaff.
Okay, so let's see. He is 10 feet away. So you walk 10 feet to get to him because it's like twice as much to walk. And you're gonna hit him. Roll to hit.
24.
Yeah, I say that hits.
And then 1d8. Where's my d8? So 10.
Okay, 10 damage.
Yee.
All right. What does that look like to you?
Well, because his arms are and legs are kind of strapped either way. Um,
Yeah, safe
that's
word.
just how it is.
Ale. He's screaming,
Uh,
ale, ale.
This is a man, correct?
Yeah.
So just in that position, I'm gonna kind of whip my quarterstaff down and around, and then just come right up in between and hit the jewels.
Because he can't really like move too much, you do notice that their knees kind of flop inward and they kind of jerk in the entanglement and go ah! And you notice that you hit them in the jewels so hard that they kind of like pee starts coming through and maybe a little bit darker.
Can we,
And
can we hear this awful cry where we are?
yeah, I'll say as you're opening
We're
the
not that
door the
far
rest of the
away.
way, since like one entire like round of battle 6 seconds, so this was just only a couple seconds after you guys decided to open the door. You hear that. So like I'll finish this round and then we'll go back to what you're doing in the room. So the apprentice is next. They can, I believe, on their turn roll to try and get out of your entanglement. They get a 5, so they're still super stuck. Bell's super hurting. Elvia, go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do Ray of Frost.
All right. Oh, do.
19 to hit.
Right. Frost. Yeah, that hits.
And I got 3 frost damage.
Okay, so with that, you murdered this human. What does it look like, murderer?
So I'm looking at the. So he has already let himself go a little bit with the first Mosu attack. And I come in. A frigid beam of blue light streaks toward him, which is my Ray of Frost. And it gets him, and it starts to slowly freeze the tips of his body, his nose, his fingers, his eyes, his toes, a very grotesque way. And I did just look this up. His speed is reduced to 10 feet until the next turn. So every time I do this, they're slowed down by 10 feet.
Yes, that's definitely not moving very far. And he's dead.
We're
The end.
like, I think we're that meme where the guy's like, wait, are we the bad guys?
That's up for debate.
Oh, we're the good guys.
So you guys are killing him as Baxter and Elvia, Baxter and Leof. Were you entering that room or just opening the door the rest of the way?
I was going in.
Okay, so
I'm right behind him.
You guys go right in, and you see, kind of shackled to this like almost like just basically plank of wood is this dwarf with their head kind of slumped over. I will say that you do notice that there's like, because their arms are kind of out and dangling, you do see like all over their body. It kind of looks similar to Thursum, where their flesh is peeling away, but instead of just like the foot, it's like all over in different spots of their arms, and you can't see her face, but like different parts of their body. They're stripped mostly all the way down, and it looks pretty much just like someone was kind of just throwing spit all over them, and watching their skin melt away. And
So seeing this
go ahead.
and recognizing that it looks like what's going on with Thursum, we saw the table with vials and stuff. Are there papers on the table? Like notes?
Give me a perception check.
I'm also gonna look to see.
Or if you'd like, actually, an investigation, since you're investigating further.
That's fine. I'm also looking to see if there's like labels on the vials, just because I'm looking for like an already pre-mixed antidote to like bring with me or to use now and that sort of stuff. But I don't want to like be giving this dwarf something without figuring out what it is first.
Mm-hmm.
What are?
That's not
oh,
great.
sorry.
10. That's not great.
You can tell that the vials are there, but the way the handwriting is, it's like so impersonal. It's kind of just looks like chicken scratch, like scribbled writing, and you can't quite make out what might be what. Although you definitely can tell that some of them smell rancid, and one of them definitely says "do not touch."
Fantastic. The handwriting is awful. Leof, can you read any of these?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Leof goes up to them. Would you like me to roll a history check?
Just do investigation.
I mean, my history's higher.
I don't think what you can deduce historically would be of as much help.
Oh, that's true. You got me. Uh, 16.
A 16. So you can tell that there's a couple vials that say dog. Some of them are empty, but there's one that there's a little bit more in. A couple of the glasses, like some of the glass stuff is broken, you assume, from when they slammed stuff down. And just from the notes that are open, and such, you can tell that they didn't make any antidote, and it didn't look like they were going to.
Yeah, so Leof looks around, shuffles through that, gets that, turns to Baxter and says, none of this looks like the antidote that you were working on. I don't think they cared enough to make one.
Are there empty vials?
So you can tell that a couple of them were empty and one was almost empty, and that there was a
Right.
little bit left in one.
Then I'm going to take the empty vials because I'm going to have I'm going to fill those up with more of the venom spit, whatever, so I can try and make my own batches of antidote. Because I don't want Thargamora to end up dead because of this. But I'd only at this point have enough batch, I think, for make one. So I can at least get the dog spit and venom.
Her name being said, and she mumbles out. You could hear her mumble out, "Thursum."
So
Jeez.
Leof kind
As
of
it
looks at Baxter and then looks at her, and then he's like, how? So she's looking pretty bad. I'm guessing this is Thargamora. I mean, she just said Thursum, but I think because she thinks that we're Thursum, she's not coherent right now. What do you think, buddy?
Well, I'm whispering this so that she can't hear as well. Like I'm not like broadcasting. Well, like does she look like on the verge of death?
Yeah, she looks pretty freaking rough.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
How much time is this? Have we already killed the guy, or is this
Yeah, the
still
guy
within us?
died, so I was gonna tie you in because they're not getting too far. They're just like they walk over to they walk in, they walk over to the table, they look at the table, you kill the guy. So once they're done knocking their heads together, I will come back and see what you guys wanted to do.
I have one vial of antidote that should be ready if Osu was able to get it. Maybe if we can get in or we can patch her up enough. I gotta at least see if we can keep her alive long enough to reunite her with her brother.
So here's the thing. So Leoff is gonna get just like a little bit, which never happens with him.
A little bit what?
So just a little bit awkward. Like
Oh,
he's
okay,
gonna
got
start
it.
stumbling over some words. He's gonna be like, so I think obviously we gotta get her out of here. We get the spit and then we get the hell out of these caves. But here's I have the staff of healing. I think I can heal her enough that if you pick her up, we can carry her out. The illusion will be gone. But as long as nobody else comes out, that should be fine. But here's the thing that so when I do and when you do that, if you could position her in a way that she doesn't see my face if she's coherent, I would appreciate it.
And before Baxter could reply, we'll go see what Mosu and Elvia do after they killed the next person. So the dog is almost done eating the first batch of stuff that you gave them.
I'm gonna go into door number 2 and see what's up with my friends now that we killed the person.
Okay, Elvia?
When she is doing that, I will take care of this body and I will throw it to the dogs.
Okay.
They're almost done with what they're doing right now. So I'll
And
throw
my
it strength.
concentration ends because I'm like out of the room, so all the entanglement will disappear.
Sure.
Right? Because I'm not constant. Like I can choose. It's up to a minute just for me concentrating. Right?
Yeah, you can choose to stop concentrating. That's fine.
So I threw a 17 for strength to pick him up.
Yeah, you slug this guy right over the back.
I pick him up and I'm doing as I do. I pick him up, go straight to the dogs, and I throw it at the dogs, see if they want some more.
Bloop.
They've pretty much already done with their first 2 meals.
And are you gonna like stand here and watch, or are you gonna follow Mosu after?
I think I'm gonna stay back a little bit just in case door number 1 someone comes out.
Okay, so you're gonna be like here.
Yes.
Okay, just between the 2 doors and the dog. Your dog in line of sight, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mosu pops in just as Leoff finishes telling Baxter, hey, just get that guy over your shoulder and point it away from my face.
Hey guys,
So
oh my gosh, what is that? Is that the sister? That's another
Yeah.
dwarf. This is a female
There's-
dwarf. Ooh, this is new. She doesn't.
Did you get
she
the
doesn't
spit?
Look too good.
Did
no,
you get
no, I
the
killed
spit?
the guy, and well,
The-
I'm not gonna get the spit by myself. He was all doing all this thing. He was still eating the things. I wanted to check and make sure you guys were okay.
I appreciate
Elvia's keeping
that.
an eye on
Thank
the
you.
I
dog.
appreciate it.
That's
Do you want me to
fantastic.
give her some good berries and like help her like I did her brother? I still have a
Help?
few from that I cast.
If we
Has
could
it been over
stabilize
24
her,
hours?
That would be great. But you know what? I bet her eyes probably are sensitive to light, so we should blindfold her after you do that.
Baxter is kind of giving you an odd look, like you're acting
Leoff is
pretty
gonna give you
sus.
like the side look of like,
Sure. I'll actually give you guys the good berries, and I can. Oh, what's this stuff on the table?
Do you want to
Honestly,
investigate it, or
probably
you're just
more
gonna ask them?
horribleness.
Oh, I'm asking them because they already.
Poison and stuff.
Not pleasant
Saliva?
things.
Do we even have to get the spit? Isn't the spit right here?
No, I think that's the acid that they got from the dog. I'm pretty sure that's why she looks like this.
But didn't you say you needed the thing that caused it to the other guy in order to make the antidote? So isn't this technically the stuff that you wanted? Am I confused? I might be confused. I get confused.
You mean you have a point, but I don't know if they mixed anything else with it.
Okay, I was just trying to not have to go towards Mr. Puppy. He doesn't like me that much anymore.
You can
Okay,
try
well,
and collect the bones from Mr. Puppy. I'm sure
If
there's
there's-
spit on them.
Yeah, if there's puddles on the ground, that might work, but
all right.
I
Well,
want to
here's 5 good berries, and you guys do whatever you're doing.
You're such
Also-
you're such a good person. You are beautiful inside and out, Mosu.
It's all right.
So-
I'm just gonna go get spit, I guess, because this
Thank you,
spit
Mosu.
isn't
And
good
Leon's
enough
like-
spit.
Leoff's just there like my flirting is off my game right now.
So Baxter's gonna take the berries. I'm assuming with the contact, the illusion drops, which I'm okay with at this point. So after Mosu leaves the room, I'm gonna kind of duck down a little bit to talk to Leof and be like, "You know these dwarfs, 'cause you've been acting a little odd
I don't.
since they showed up."
I mean, it's a very long story, but so I don't know them personally, but
Right?
I have a reputation with dwarves
Uh-huh.
that is either really good,
Or really bad.
really bad,
All right.
depending
Well,
on who you talk to. Yeah.
instead of traumatizing this poor girl more, why don't you just pull your hood up and we'll make sure I walk behind you while I carry her.
You know, I think you're a good friend, which I don't say to a lot of people.
I try.
Do that.
So
Good
you,
plan.
So,
you guys finish that conversation, and Mosu pops out. Mosu walks and sees Elvia, and go ahead, Mosu, before I switch back to you guys in room number 2.
All right, they're adamant that we get fresh spit. They found some spit, but they don't know if it's. I'm kind of confused. I don't really know this whole. That's not how I do potion. I don't know. I just do healing stuff, so this is a little weird.
Right.
But we gotta have to go and get the spit so that we can get out of here, because
All
they
right.
found the
Well,
sisters, so we're ready to go. Let's
as-
just go get the spit.
as you're nervous, do you want me to try first? As I'm an elf and I have some acrobatics and light of foot.
If you want to, I mean, you're more than welcome. But I've talked to him a little bit. I think he just doesn't like either of us. So, if you want to try, you can go for it. But I can do it too. Whatever you want.
All right.
I'm just doing what they said to do. I'm just trying to help.
Should I do
my
some
best.
acrobatics or? Yeah, I'll do acrobatics. Try to like.
So
do
are you
some
just gonna try?
flips.
What are you trying to do?
Gonna try to get a bone that they were gnawing on at one point. Hopefully, with the last body I gave them, they're still distracted and I can steal a bone.
Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second.
Or would that be sleight of hand?
Yeah, I'll say
that be
it'll be sleight
acrobatics?
of hand, but give me 1 second. I just want to make sure, because, there's kind of like a... Alright. So, yeah, sure. Give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can reach in and grab a bone.
19.
A 19. Great. With a 19, you're able to, he's distracted, even though the one's eye is looking right at you. You reach in and grab it. Now, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
I think there's
9?
there should be a separate bar on your D&D Beyond sheet that's for saving throws. It might have a different modifier number just for your Constitution. So you don't have to roll again. Just take the D20 and add that modifier that's under saving throws for Constitution.
Oh wait, I didn't do that right. Okay, so I got a 9, and I got saving throws. I got a 19.
19? Okay, so you do not become diseased from holding this spitty bone. But
Ooh.
I don't recommend you keep holding it necessarily.
Mosu's gonna just she has the pouch of seeds. She's gonna dump the seeds out that she got earlier, dump the seeds out into her bag, just out of the pouch, and then give the pouch to put the bone in.
And Elvia comes up like a hot potato. She's like, da. Puts it in the pouch real quick. Does the patting of the hand on the clothes around here, trying to get it to slobber off real quick. And then goes to Baxter and Leof.
Sure. Okay, so
All right.
take it
So
away.
I've still got the good berries. I had the reassurance with Leof that I would be like, hey, just pull your hood up, and I just face away from us. I'll walk behind you.
And
I go up
and
to.
Leof's just gonna be like, and if we can just keep it on the down low, it's chill, right?
Yeah. I'm not
It's
gonna go
nothing
spreading your business.
Thank you, thanks, bro. Thank you. And then he's just gonna be like, thanks. Obviously, his doesn't have ears.
Aw, what a
It
shame.
should.
So Baxter, now looking like his usual charming cat self, is gonna go up to Thargamora and kind of gently try to like pat her awake enough to give her the good berries that Mosu left us.
She kind of flutters in and out of consciousness a bit, but you can kind of see that she doesn't necessarily come to enough to like
All right.
take the berry out of your hand and feed it to herself.
I'm assuming she's still like
Yeah, obviously.
stretched out. Okay, then I'm gonna try carefully to just like feed them to her without choking her with berries, and hopefully the magic of the berries will wake her up enough that I can.
Okay, and it was 5 berries, is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so they're each 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And while I'm feeding her the berries, I'm looking to see like what her restraints, like, is it a key? Is it just ropes? Is it shackles? Like, how would I have to get her down?
Yeah, so they are shackles that would probably have a key,
Okay.
which would
so-
probably be on number 5, which would probably be
fine.
in a dog.
That's okay,
Can,
because I have I think I should have thieves' tools, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Somewhere in here. I think I have them somewhere. And I could attempt to pick the lock. Yes, I do have thieves' tools. So after I've given her the berries, I would like to try and pick the lock on her manacles, her shackles, to get her down.
Okay. So is that like sleight
And
of
Leof's
hand, or
just
we'll
gonna
say
be
sleight
like-
of hand?
since she's still kind of like out of it, Leof's just gonna be like kind of like trying to hold her up while you do that, so that she doesn't like crash
Collapse to the
down.
floor.
Yeah.
I think that's sleight of hand.
We can say
Um,
it for now. I'll write it down for later.
And we'll look it up. Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's see. Roll nice for me. That's very nice. A dirty 20.
Sweet. So yeah, you're able to just and as you're unlocking her, I'm assuming that now they've gotten the bone. Mosu and Elvia, are you gonna come back to the room? I'm so sorry. Elvia, are you gonna just chill by the dog?
Oh, hold on. I'm weird, aren't I?
There we go.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like her
Mosu's
coming down and Leof being like, huh.
Mosu's
I'm gonna help you catch her.
I'm not gonna yell down the hallway, but I mean they're they're like 15 feet from me. Just gonna be like, guys got the bone.
Okay. Do. Give me 1 second here. Do. And then you see Mosu does that, and then you see door number 1 open, and a person wearing a number 4 thing goes, "Number 3, what the hell do you have?" And then they just stop, and they look at. They can't really see Elvia. They can only see Mosu, and they look to the right, and door number 2 is wide open, and they see. They can't really. No, they can see you. They can just see the backs of Leof and the Tabaxi. Okay.
Oh, hi. You must be a wizard. My name's Mosu. How are you?
So I think. Let's see. They look behind you and see that the dog is tearing into something. They obviously see you guys like unlocking the thingy, and they're gonna try and run past you, Mosu. You can, if you want, make an opportunity attack. I assume you don't have anything equipped, so I would say you can do it with a spell.
I don't still have my quarterstaff out.
You had your book, you had your thing out before to put the bone in. You took your pouch out, so you just don't have a weapon in your hand ready to go. So I wouldn't say that you can opportunity attack with whatever's in your hand, because you're just putting a bone in a pouch.
I am back.
Oh goodness. Do I want to be a good person or a bad person?
I think that ship might
Okay.
have sailed already.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to, if you'll allow me to do this, I want to cast Destroy Water and destroy water within his body so he dies.
Wow, that's so dark.
It's way darker than what I was expecting.
It's fantastic, though.
Okay.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Is that something you have to roll for?
Just a spell, and then it's not opening the thing so I can read the thing to you. Hold on. I have to reset the page. So it doesn't say that necessarily in the spell. It doesn't say I can't
No,
do
it's
that.
just instantaneous.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
say that
instantaneous.
yeah, you can do that, and it might not necessarily kill him.
Yeah, 'cause it'll be-
it's only 10 gallons of water. Not saying that I feel like we're made up of 98% water. I think would be a little more than 10 gallons. So I'll just say that it kind of
70% water.
Excuse me, doctor. This is Dungeons and Dragons, okay? He's gonna shrivel up and kind of look like a little raisin, and you notice that like his lips are all chapped and he's breathing so shallow, but he kind of looks like a shriveled version of himself, and he can no longer walk and he's prone, but he's still conscious. I'm gonna say that that hurts him a bit. So
Sir,
he'd
I
be
just
weak.
wanted to talk to you. Can we talk now?
He can't even talk. He's so thirsty. He's just wheezing.
All right.
All right, well, he doesn't need to die
To
right
go.
now. I mean,
We
he's
should
good
just
right
go.
now. Yeah, let's just leave.
Baxter's gonna swipe those empty vials, stick them in his pocket, and kind of scoop up Thagamora if I can.
Wait, so you are okay? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll say that the dogs have finished eating all of those bodies as you're gearing up to be in this room.
Are they still like? Do they have full bellies? Are they content now?
They did eat a lot.
I mean, even so, they see you guys and their mouth watering. You look so delicious. They are still pulling at those chains.
So
Give me
Guys, let's get out of here.
a strength check, Baxter, just so I get an idea of how this dwarf is looking on you.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Strength. 9.
Okay, so you're not able to put Thagamora over yourself. You're kind of only able to carry her with your elbows really locked into your side and your hands under her armpits. And she's like,
Oh, so you want to give me a hand?
Oh, sure thing, sure thing. Do I
although
need to?
she's
You want me?
small, density, it's dense.
You want me
Yes,
to
dwarves
strength too?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you would be willing.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Okay, so if Mosu is willing, I will trade. I will pass Thagamora to you and take the bag with the bone in it.
Dealies. Switcheroonies.
I'm gonna just pop the bag open and look. How slobbery is it? Does it look like there would be enough spit on that bone to make more than one round of antidote?
I'll say you can't tell just yet, unless you were going to make it.
So I think
Um,
so. Leof is gonna kind of scoot up next to Baxter. His hood's still up. He's gonna be like, "So, I know that. I mean, seeing as how so many people have already died today, I could cast sleep on the dog thing, and we could either cut off one of its heads or just collect a bunch of spit. If you
can
don't
put
think you
him
have
to
enough.
sleep, so I don't know if this is enough for both. If you could give it your best shot, I would love that.
And the collecting the spit is going to be hard while he's asleep. We got 1 minute for him to be asleep, and I mean, with some
think
sleight
that's
of hand, we might be able to do it, but it might
That's
be better
fine.
if we
I don't
just
even need to
cut
get in
head
his
off.
mouth. I'm sure there's plenty of drool puddles near him. I just need something
Right.
that I can scoop.
You are correct. So Leof's going to walk.
Oh,
Actually, he's already in 10 feet of the dog. Isn't he?
Yeah, you are. You guys popped out.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast sleep
What
on
was?
the pupper.
Is that a saving throw?
The total is how many hit points of creatures this
Oh,
one
you
can
said that
affect.
wasn't.
Yeah, so it said I roll if there's more than one, and it gets the lowest one.
It's true. It's just
And-
it's a little bit in conflict with one. The dog has advantage against being charmed or knocked unconscious, which I feel like this is kind of a little bit of both.
I can roll. I can do
No, I mean
a wisdom saving
do you
throw.
have a hold on your sheet? I'm looking at your sheet.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
looking at. It's hard for me to understand because it said the spell sends creatures into a magical slumber.
Yeah, sure does.
Roll a 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect, and that sentence confuses me. Just an idiot.
Yeah, that's weird. But I'll just say that your save DC for your spells is 14. So if it beats how much like your spell is, then it will not fall asleep. Which
So anything higher than a 14 will work.
if it ties with it just like to hit, I'll say it will work, which it works. So the dog, upon its like pile of bones and loose bits of Grick flesh and other flesh, kind of just
Now, is it only damage? Just quick question: is it only damage that wakes these creatures up if they're asleep? Like if someone's under sleep,
I think it's touch.
like just physically.
I think it was
touch?
touch.
Yeah,
Was
Okay.
it touch? If it
Yeah,
was-
it's touch or they just last the minute.
Okay.
so
So as soon as I see this dog fall asleep, I'm gonna go up, and I'm assuming with the amount of eating that's happened that there's some sort of puddle of slush on the floor.
yeah, under it, it's like a bunch of foamy stuff. So if you're gonna collect, I will say use a sleight of hand for like
And I have-
collection.
And I have the empty vials. I'm gonna fill. I'm gonna just try for one. 'Cause I don't know that I have the time to try and collect more than that if I want to get out of here without attracting more attention. So that's gonna be 22.
22. Yeah, you're with your sleight of hand, I'll say that you were so careful as to not even get any on the outside of the vial or on your furry little paw hand cat human hand thing that you are.
Right.
And you're
Awesome.
pop the cork on it and it's sealed up.
Cool. I stick that in my
Hell out
pocket.
of
I've
here.
still got the bag with the bone in it too, with the extra for slobber
Yeah.
just in case.
And I'll say your vial
and
is full.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I got what I need, guys. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have my short sword out so that as we're going, if we run into something else, I have it ready. I'm just walking past the mummified, like dried out
Same.
husky dude.
Okay, so you guys
Sorry,
are just
bro.
gonna straight up leave, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just leaving.
All right. And I think that calls it a night. Good job.
Ah!
Da-da-da-da-da.
You did it.
Most is just killing people.
I do need a long rest after this because that's 2 out of 3 spell slots. I'm not.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hell yeah, it ain't. So I believe we did say we were good for next week, same time, 6 to 9. Does that sound good?
Are we
for
gonna
everyone?
Yep.
do experience from last time and this time?
Yeah, I'll give you experience now before we leave. But I wanted to do it together because if I do it separate, you're going to get a lot less. But if I do it together, you end up getting more because there is something called a multiplier bonus. So I'd rather have it together than separate. So let me just go through that real quick right now. And thanks everyone for watching. I think we steadily
Yes.
had at least 7 people.
Woo!
So that's cool.
Look at us being popular on the interwebs.
So popular. You're gonna be popular.
I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys. Little
Little
ways to flirt and flounce. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair. Everything that
really
really
counts.
counts to be popular.
Ooh.
Just Leoff being like, I'm going to teach you guys how to flirt.
And Mosu's like, so this is how I wink?
Like the over exaggerated, like.
Leoff's going to be like, we'll work on it. Good.
Okay, so I'll say
I'm just coughing a lot today, guys.
each of
My
you
apologies.
can take 100 points for role
My
playing.
apologies.
100 points of experience for role playing. And for the 3 apprentice wizards that you smited, which was, I believe, number 3, number 5, and number 2, and
All right, guys.
I think it was
and the Grick.
and the Grick.
And the Grick.
And the Grick. That is 1,200 points of experience. Divided by the 4 of you is 300.
Beautiful.
Don't worry, I'm not going to make you do the math. But it just sounds more exciting when I tell you the whole number.
Was that 300?
400 altogether for everyone, including your role play. 300 for just the monsters.
I am 5 points away from level 3
Me
right
too.
now.
I can
Next
mess up my
time.
sheet.
Next time on the Order of the Isles, watch as the whole party hopefully levels up to level 3 and takes on new abilities and really finds themselves. And maybe we'll see what Leoff's little thing is with dwarves.
Level 3 now.
Oh, you are level 3. We have a level 3 over here. Doctor, can I get a doctor?
Doctor.
We are gonna do a raid before I go. I kind of forgot.
I'm so close to level 3.
Good.
Very, very close.
I'm working on it. See, I think it's great. You guys role play really good. I saw a meme that was all like, "Oh, milestone is if you want to really like story and experience based. It's just if you're trying to like fight stuff." And I was like, no way. That's not true. We're doing it. You guys are doing it.
Yeah.
Woo.
So we're gonna go raid.
It's fun to have the stories and the battles.
That's right,
Yes.
exactly. We're gonna raid a good friend of mine, Shy Paper Bag. She's currently playing an open world role playing game called New World that I used to be obsessed with and spent about 500 or so hours in. we don't
As
talk.
you do.
We don't talk about that. But thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.